Welcome back to The Big Idea. If you think you have an idea that will change your life tonight, we have got the show for you. It's people just like you starting a new company. All of them say, my idea will make millions, and like any good startup, I got some problems to solve. They're the same problems you'll face when you get your business off the ground. I'm going to be the consultant tonight. We're going to roll up our sleeves, do a little work here, and I think this next idea has a great shot. It's already off and running. Tom and Karen Friday, founders of Knockouts. Welcome. How are you guys?
Hi, great.
Doing well,
Thank you.
You're a former police officer?
That's right.
Former nurse?
Yes.
First of all, big shout out to the nurses and the police officers. Great occupations. You guys don't ever get enough credit, either one of you. But you kind of found your both way into the business world. And tell me about Knockouts.
Well, I'll tell you, a friend of mine wanted me to start another company. And so he approached me and said, you know, let's start another real estate company. And I said, no, I'm not going to do that again. And so I started doing research. And I came up with the idea and actually told my wife, and I'll let you tell that part.
And the idea was simply, pitch the wife right in front of you, because guys, stick around, you got to see this idea. It's genius. And the idea is?
Hooters of haircutting.
Hooters of haircutting. All the best ideas have a very, very short positioning. Hooters of haircutting. So if I understand, great looking women, a sexy place, little outfits, you know, TV's going, guys to get their hair cut, and you said?
Well, at first, my first reaction was, yeah, right. I'm going to let you start a business with these beautiful girls around. But I had actually gotten into marketing from being a nurse. I was working in marketing and PR, and I thought, this is a great idea. I mean, nobody's doing this. This would really go well.
You just guys go to haircuts, so you sit there. Well, let's go right to the makeup room on The Big Idea. Let's cut to it, because we have Mike Mazza, who's the favorite person who works on The Big Idea, as opposed to Brandon Teitel, the least favorite person. He's getting his haircut. And in the background, let's get a little wider, we've got two knockout girls. We've got Kristen and Vicky. Hi, guys.
Hi.
So, Mike Mazza, right now you walk in, you go one of those fancy places, or you just walk into one of those chains?
No, I go to a fancy place.
Okay, so you don't get paid enough to go to a fancy place, my friend, but okay. So all of a sudden, I guess as a guy who'll do a little market research, why wouldn't you walk into a place where you've got great-looking women, sports playing, music playing? I mean, is there any reason not to?
Absolutely not. I get my hair cut by a guy right now, and I don't think I will ever again.
Well, I'll let you guys get to work as we're talking to the founders here. I guess my one question is, the interesting point he brought up is, yes, we kid around. Obviously, guys would love to see beautiful women, but most people take their cutting their hair somewhat serious. They want a good haircut. So is there any kind of more credential questioning as far as, yeah, they're beautiful, but can they cut hair?
Yeah, and in fact, that's the most important thing, Donnie, because a guy does not want to get his hair cut just hammered. He's not going to come back.
Yeah, I don't care who you are. They might say, I mean, everybody wants a decent
We have
haircut.
exceptional customer retention. Customers come back more than twice the national average. So we have a great retention rate, and the customers love us.
I love it. Mike, how's it going so far?
Real good.
We're gonna just like Letterman. We're gonna do like every 30-second updates. So I would guess once a guy switches, you're never going back. I mean, why would you?
Well, that's it. I mean, the customer retention is very high. And not only do we offer haircuts, we also do massage, waxing, pedicure, manicure, and some facial services. And so many guys these days want those services. I mean, I've gone into Knockouts and seen these guys look like they came off a construction crew getting their eyebrows waxed.
I think, you know what's interesting? It probably is a great enabler. Guys who ordinarily would say, I'm not getting a facial, that's for women, or I'm not getting a waxing. If you got these hot women doing it in this very kind of testosterone, you know, fueled place, it allows you to get the treatments.
Exactly, and when the girls suggest it, I mean, they really go for it.
I mean, that's another thing. I guess you've got salespeople selling. There's a big difference. Sure. Some guy, hairy guy named Murray, cut your hair, saying, would you like a facial?
Right.
You smack them versus Kristen and Vicky.
Right.
You're not going to say no. I love this idea.
That's right.
Now, so obviously all the women are trained the same way any great hairstylist would be trained.
Right.
It's fantastic. Is it all men getting their haircuts there?
Well, we don't turn away women, but it's about 1% of the clientele are women.
Let's check in with Mike. How's it going?
Real good. I hear we're pressed for time. I don't get the head massage or hot towel. That's what the girls are telling me.
Now, let me ask you, as an experience, is it a different kind of experience? You got these gorgeous, not that you haven't had beautiful women cutting your hair before, but are you as focused on the haircut, or are you kind of more drifting to other places?
I'm trying to stay focused on my haircut, but it's kind of tough at this point.
Look how happy this guy is. I've never seen him smile like this. So how many knockouts? Let's stay on there. I love this. This is genius. This is haircuts. Look at that. Look at that. How many of these are there now?
Well, we'll have sold 200 by the end of the year.
Wow.
And we are just booming. We will be in 20 states. And our question to you is, as we're opening these very fast every few months, how do we maintain quality of all of our services.
I mean, that's the important thing. That's the million-dollar question. And I think it's people, 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 people. You've got to give, what's this, how are you set up now? Is it a typical franchisee situation?
Yes, we're a franchise.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think what's critical is even if your franchise agreements are a little richer on the other end, you've got to attract the best. If you don't attract the best, it's not going to work. It'll be a novelty. Somebody will come once, but you are providing real service. So you've got to make sure that your business model is set up that somebody who traditionally would go to one of the top salons, I'm not saying that, you know, the creme de la creme, that's not your marketplace, but a legitimate cutter, there's enough in it for them to come to you. I think you will win on the back end if you're generous on the front end. I really believe that. Because if the service goes down, you're not going to win. That's it. I think it's that simple. Obviously, if you thought about merchandising, these outfits, these knockout, I mean, everything, and you've got a great model in Hooters. I mean, we've had one of the founders on the show follow that model. The greatest thing in business is there are only kind of new takes on old things. Obviously, there are new ideas also, but don't be afraid of becoming a student of history and see what they did and how they did it, because obviously, food, you've got to keep up that, you know, that pedigree also. So I think it's fantastic. What kind of, are you doing any kind of marketing, any kind of advertising, any kind of public relations?
Yeah, we do quite a bit. Actually, we have a calendar for you, our new 2008 calendar that you will receive after the show.
It's so interesting. It's such a simple premise that the most, what a guy does, and if, you know, you've kind of brought back the old guy haircut thing, but not in the stodgy sense. In a sense, you put some sexuality into it. And I've yet to see the business on the show that when you provide an excellent service, but also add some sex appeal onto it, it tends to work.
And we really try, you know, we try to make the salons fun and casual and upbeat, and the guys enjoy themselves there.
Now, has there been any negative fallout from married guys in there, you know, with wives getting pissed off where they find out where they're getting their haircut?
You know, sometimes the guys are a little hesitant to tell their wife, and that's actually one of the questions I wanted to ask you, because you know, Tom mentioned the Hooters of haircutting. Obviously, that's where the media has gone with this. They've called us that.
Which is a great handle, accept that.
You know,
and it's all American in its own way. There's nothing lascivious. I mean, you know, it's just...
Right, but then at the same time, we want wives to be comfortable. And I mean, as you can see from what they're wearing, you know, they're very classy.
Yeah.
And when a woman comes in the salon, they feel it's a very professional environment. They'll bring their kids in there.
I think you're smart for keeping, actually, one of our production people was a little disappointed, thought they weren't risque enough, but we've got some folks like that. But I think you walked up to the line. I think you're brilliant. If you went any further, I think it would take their credibility away, because the guys still want a good haircut. Right. And to your point, if you alienate the wives, you can make their lives more difficult. And they're elegant, they're pretty, they're certainly sexy, but there's nothing. Hey, Mike, how you doing with that hand massage, buddy?
It's fantastic.
By the way, have you even said anything to them about the kind of haircut you want?
I told them a little trim, but they could really do what they want at this point. I really don't care.
That's why you get no customer complaints. I don't care. Look at this guy. What are the other services, Kristen and Vicky? What are the services you guys offer?
There's waxing, there's massage, manicure, pedicure, mini facial, color.
Oh, yeah.
Guys can get highlights or get their hair colored, get some of the grays out.
Vicky, what do you, are guys waxing these days?
Yes, absolutely. A lot of guys can get their chest or their back waxed or their eyebrows.
But that's it, just the checks and the backs and the eyebrows.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. No, that's a legit look. You got girls getting bikini wax. I understand that the fellows today do that also. The fellows.
No.
Will Cam. Let's get Will Cam. Can we address
the line on this one?
Male.
You asked him how, you know, how it's going. If any thoughts,
let's get back on this topic. Look at him. He gets so upset. I love it. I'm here to make this man miserable. Well, congratulations, guys. I think it's fantastic. Any other questions?
You know, what do you think about expanding into other, you know, obviously we're going to focus on men's grooming. We're thinking about doing men's gifts.
Focus
things
on one
like that.
Get one. You know, this is a big idea, no pun intended, and it's a huge, you know, the marketplace for men with haircuts is pretty much every guy except guys like Sam Peabody that don't have any hair. So, I mean, I'd stay really focused here. Get this down and then expand. Congratulations. I think it's fantastic, guys. Tom and Karen Friday, founders of Knockouts. Mike Mazza, you keep it up, buddy.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Hard at work on the big idea. More big ideas straight ahead.